Hey people. So in the news, there's a lot of teenage suicide that's been happening recently, and it's very heartbreaking and just a crying shame that so many kids feel like suicide is the only way out of their supposed misery of their situation of being bullied every day at school and the teachers doing nothing about it. Case in point is, let's see, the two that I've seen recently, about one being the middle school age dude, and he was getting bullied and pretty much assaulted for being gay by his classmates. And the article that I was reading was pointing to things that happened to him leading up to his suicide, and how his parents went up to the school system and how the school system denied it, and yada yada yada. And one of the things that I did see that I thought was just over the top was how a teacher or teachers could know that this was going on and turn a blind eye to it, like they don't see what's happening. A kid is crying out, and as an adult, you're not going to protect them because you don't want to be so-called presumed to be as the kid is and be LGBT. Are you kidding me? Stand up for him. He's still a baby, even though he isn't, but he is. And I think like all of this could have been prevented. And the case about the college student being taped by his roommate, how senseless, how selfless, and how disrespectful for somebody to be an adult at 18 and invade somebody's privacy like he did. Like, I don't get it. And how could you be okay with that and think it's funny and silly, because the more they look into it, I think his parents didn't know he was gay, so he thought that since he wasn't out, he really didn't have any other choice but to take his own life, and think that being gay is so detrimental that nobody would accept him. Like, it's just so freaking, it's just so heart-wrenching. And my heart goes out to that family, both of the families, but especially the one with the teenage son, because as of right now, I'm studying to be a school counselor, and the junior high age is the age that I want to work with. And seeing how much bullying is just so invasive and so prevalent in that age group, I'm just gonna have so much work on my hands to stop bullying, speak up for LGBT youth. Because kids, believe it or not, they're coming out at an earlier age than my generation did, ever. People in my generation probably knew that they were gay, but they would never be 10 years old and say, hey, I'm gay. It's just the flow of the times. But I just couldn't believe what I read, and the teachers just turning their backs on him like they don't see what's going on. Shame on them. If you're that teacher, or those teachers that turned your back on that young man, shame on you. If you turn your back on him, who else are you turning your back on? You're turning your back on other kids getting bullied for other things that they can't control, and things that are just a part of them. Shame on you. You probably don't need to be a teacher. I can't believe it, dude. Kids are just thinking that they have no other outlet but to take their life. I just wanted to shed so many tears for these kids, but life does go on, and we can only learn from this and teach other kids not to do this, because life is precious, dude, and you don't only have one life. And if you only live to be 13, really, what have you experienced? What have you saw about life? You just feel so alone in this world that there's no other alternative but to take your own life. We need to start teaching our kids and talking to them daily about what's going on, and tell them that they are not alone. Because I bet these kids felt so lonely. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, that was something that I can never get over a kid taking their life, ever. Every time I see it, I'm just like, oh my God. And you know what? When I do get a chance to work in the schools, I'm gonna try my damnedest, like, to stop this, stop kids committing suicide, stop kids wanting to commit homicide because of this. It could have been worse. He could have went to school and shot up the classroom and shot at the teachers and everything, but he didn't. He took his own life. But either way, either one is not an option. Neither one is. So these kids need somebody to talk to. They need to know that they're not alone. They need to know that they're not the only ones going through this. So people need to just wake up and not have these freaking ideals about how boys should be. You know, a lot of boys are taking their lives, and I think it's more the fact that boys are seen to be a certain way, and when they can't live up to it, it's like they're a letdown and they're a disappointment to themselves and everybody else around them. So I guess suicide is their only outlet, but it isn't. Okay. Anyways, I just wanted to talk about that. And hope everybody's doing good. I'm doing great. And yeah, talk to the youth, please. If you're out there, you're working with kids, talk to them. Don't be afraid.
Bride, don't leave me, but your choice, miss. You know where my void is, and the voices can't even tell you where the voice is. If I die tonight, where will you be? With a tear in my eye, what will you see? You don't know the sadness of a joker. You don't know the sadness of a joker. In my bedroom, reintroducing wrist to knife. Chicks on my kryptonite, spliffs on my lifted spirit. Seems like everybody hated the work I put in. Now you waiting for the goodness I've been making. What good is it if I die? Y'all don't know when I cry, my laptop does. That's not love. I don't know if I'm a woman or man. Fans pulling my hands like you the man. They don't understand. God knows, but she deserted me purposefully. I feel my purpose is to believe, but feel